Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who haven't been here before, hi, I'm Lori Hill, and on this channel we talk about skincare, beauty, makeup, basically all the things that make you beautiful. We also talk about HRT and the over 35 and over 40 subjects that are important to women. Today's video is about skincare over 40 or over 35, as we know that a lot of the changes we see in perimenopause start in our late 30s. So all of you people in your 30s out there, I definitely want you to take this all in and perhaps even start some of these things today. Skincare over 40 isn't about throwing everything possible at your face. It's about using the right ingredients in the right way at the right time. After years of testing and researching the things that actually work on real skin, not influencer skin you see on Instagram or TikTok, I've narrowed down all of the essential products you need without any unnecessary extras that are not going to serve your skin anyway. Many people assume that they can use the same products that they used in their 20s and their 30s, but that's really not the case because our skin is changing as we enter our late 30s and 40s. So if your routine hasn't evolved with the aging of your skin, this video will serve as your reset button. Let's get started. Step 1, cleanse gently but not aggressively. When we're over 40, the lipid layer of our skin starts to thin out. Even if you've never had sensitive skin before, most women don't realize that that tight, squeaky clean feeling you get after washing your face means you've likely disrupted your skin barrier. And disrupting your skin barrier is something I know a lot about because I just did it for the first time last week, and I will tell you guys all about that a little bit later in the video. It's not a pleasant story, but it's one that you can learn from. So what does it mean when we damage the skin barrier? Well, it opens the door for a lot of things you don't want for your skin, such as inflammation, dullness, and irritation. And when I say irritation, it feels like ants are biting you, fire ants. Even when we're using good and even expensive products, it can still happen. In my opinion, you need a proper cleanser that isn't going to strip your skin barrier. And cleansing too harsh, like rubbing or scrubbing, can really trigger inflammation, dryness, and even breakouts. Gentle cleansers keep your skin calm and prepped to absorb all the good stuff that you're going to put on it later. After cleansing, you want your skin to still feel soft and hydrated, not tight or shiny. Think creamy, milky, and oil-based cleansers. These dissolve makeup and sunscreen without stripping your skin. Here are my picks, and I've used all of these. And they're quite inexpensive, so if you're looking to start a skincare routine, I would probably start with the cleanser. My first pick is the CeraVe Hydrating Facial Cleanser. I like this one because it is a milky and creamy consistency. It's also so extremely gentle that it won't irritate even the most sensitive skin. And you get so much of it that I think this alone would probably last you at least 6 months to a year. Another one I recommend is the Tatcha Rice Wash. It's very nice and very gentle. Another great option is the Vanicream Gentle Cleanser. And I'll link all of these down below so you can easily get to them when it's time to purchase a cleanser. Just remember, all the links are affiliate links. I also love this CeraVe Foaming Oil Cleanser. This is my go-to, and I love that after cleansing, it actually feels like my skin is plumper and full of moisture. And that's something that cleansers very rarely do. It doesn't feel like it's just stripped my skin. This is good for all of you people who have very dry skin. Step 2 is you want to upgrade how you hydrate your skin layers. The biggest mistake I see is that thinking one moisturizer can do all of the work. After 40, the transepidermal water loss really increases and your skin can't hold on to hydration the way it used to. That's why I recommend layering. Starting with humectants, humectant meaning that it draws water in. Then you follow with emollients to seal it all in. if you've ever been that person that's like, I'm moisturizing like crazy, but my skin still feels dry, this is likely the missing step. A single moisturizer really isn't enough anymore, but that doesn't mean you need to go crazy with 4 or 5 different steps to moisturize. Hyaluronic acid draws in the moisture, but it needs to be sealed with a richer layer on top. So misting between the steps or applying on damp skin makes a huge difference in plumpness. The goal is juicy, bouncy skin, not greasy or a film that stays on top of your skin. For this step, it's important to understand that you're leaving your skin damp so that the next product you put on your skin can seal that dampness water in. For this step that will seal the water in, this is what I recommend. You can use any hyaluronic acid, but I do like the Ordinary's hyaluronic acid. You can also use one of my very favorites this is a hypochlorite spray, and it's by Tower 28. This also gets rid of irritation and calms the skin down. I will very frequently use this prior to putting on any makeup to calm down hyperpigmentation and irritation around my nose and other areas that get red. This works like a dream. You can also use the Biossance Squalane plus Omega Repair Cream that will also help calm down an irritated skin barrier. Though, if your skin barrier is irritated enough, you really shouldn't put anything on it for at least a week, which is something I had to do. So let me tell you my skin barrier story. A few weeks ago, I was doing my normal nighttime routine, and I will be giving you guys my nighttime routine pretty soon. I'll do a video on it, but here's what happened. I added copper peptides to my routine, thinking that they're just more benign, that nothing will happen, you know, classic me. So I started with putting the copper peptide serum on my under eyes, and for a few days, I didn't notice any sort of irritation, any kind of reaction. So I thought, okay, let's do my whole face. And you know, after about a week, I was sopping myself up, putting a good layer on. Let me tell you, never do that. Because what happened was I started noticing my skin was getting more and more sensitive. Like, it felt like bees were stinging me or fire ants, like constantly. Like I couldn't even sleep. That's how bad it was. So finally I'm like, well, it's something in my routine. I scrubbed off everything, you know, and then I thought, okay, I feel better. Let me put on some Aquaphor. You guys, never put on Aquaphor on an irritated skin barrier. That made everything even worse. So I scrubbed all that off, took it all off, and just kept a clean face for the next week to 2 weeks. And I am almost finally out of that bee sting feeling. Like today marks the first day of not feeling like ants were biting me continuously. So please go cautiously with what you add to your skincare routine, because it's not benign. It's not just your skin. You never feel how important your skin is until it's damaged, you know? By the way, for the people who are watching this who are not subscribed, it would mean a lot to this channel, especially the new direction I'm going in, if you would please subscribe for me. YouTube uses people subscribing after a video. It pushes the video out based on how many people subscribe. So please, it would help me so much if you like this content to please subscribe, and it would also be great if you hit the like button. Thank you. Step 3 is you need to use actives that actually do something. There's a lot of over 40 routines that fall short because most marketing is focused on hydration or glow, but not biologically active ingredients. What you want are molecules that stimulate change, and that's how I would define the word actives. It's molecules that stimulate change. Think increased collagen, normalize pigment, and better cell-to-cell communication. I always say that if you're using products with no actives, you're basically just using expensive moisturizer. and we definitely don't want more expense, right? At this age, strategy really matters. So retinoids help your skin to regenerate. Niacinamide supports that important skin barrier and fades pigmentation. And vitamin C boosts collagen production while protecting against environmental damage. And I don't think I realized how important vitamin C was until I had to stop using it these last 2 weeks when my skin barrier was basically ruined. I never noticed how much it helped brighten my skin. It helped the appearance of my skin. It helped for my skin to just look luminous. Just remember that less is more if you're just starting out. Your skin's response matters more than what's on the label. I'm going to recommend you try a retinol first. Then possibly you can graduate to something stronger like Retin-A or tretinoin. I right now use tretinoin and I use 0.05, but I do think that if you're just starting out, you need to go slow. So a retinol is what I recommend here. Try the Ordinary's niacinamide. Try my all-time favorite SkinCeuticals CE Ferulic, however you want to pronounce it. You know what I'm talking about. Hot dog water. It smells like hot dog water, it does. Another one I recommend that is half the price of the CE Ferulic is the CEO Glow by Sunday Riley. This is the one I travel with. Excellent. It really gives everyone the illusion that your skin is perfect. So let's go to step 4. Sunscreen is a non-negotiable. Think of sunscreen as the most essential beauty oil that is so much less expensive than it really should be because of all the protection that it offers. Sunscreen isn't sexy. I get it. It's not, because it doesn't give you instant results and it's not wowing you, the next day or the next evening. It's not about that. Think of it as your shield, your most protective shield from sun damage, not to mention from skin cancer. Sunscreen isn't about sunburn anymore. None of us are laying out and roasting in the sun. It's your single best protection against things like photographic aging, volume loss, discoloration, and textural damage. I've seen people spend hundreds on serums, hundreds of thousands on plastic surgery, but skip the SPF. That is so wild to me because they're undoing all of that work that was done. Think of sunscreen as the seal that locks in all of your results. And no, makeup with SPF doesn't count, but it is good as a second layer of protection. And let's talk about if you've had a facelift. After a facelift, your skin is even more sensitive to the sun because it's been pulled and those skin layers are now a bit thinner. So make sure to wear that sunscreen after a facelift. After 40, UV exposure doesn't just cause spots, it breaks down collagen. Every day that you skip SPF, you're accelerating the aging process. A good sunscreen can sometimes double as a primer or give you a dewy finish, so it's kind of multitasking. Choose one you love and that you want to wear. My recommendations are the Elta MD. I love the Elta MD tinted sunscreen. I also love Coco Kind, which is just a great, elegant sunscreen that doesn't cause any type of whitening. The Shiseido Urban Environmental Oil-Free SPF 42. This one is ideal if you're someone who has combination or oily skin. It's lightweight. It doesn't drag down the skin. It doesn't clog the pores. And it leaves a very natural finish. I mean, look at that. The technology adjusts to heat and sweat. So it's perfect for somebody who spends a lot of time outdoors or under hot lights. It layers beautifully under makeup without pilling. Think of this as a high-performance SPF with skin-like texture. Next, I have the Dr. Jart Every Sunday Mineral Sunscreen, SPF 50+. This is my sensitive skin superstar. It's 100% mineral with no white cast once blended. It contains calming ingredients like Centella asiatica, and you know how well that works in calming down irritated and red and reactive skin. This is ideal for the days when your skin feels reactive or when you've used strong actives. Or, and I'm gonna say it, if you do accidentally damage your skin barrier, you still have to use SPF, you guys. It's the most important time to use SPF because your skin is extra reactive. This one would be a good one to use. And of course, anyone who has sensitive skin, run, don't walk, get this one. Lastly, I have a sunscreen that is literally #1 on Sephora and has been for weeks, months. This is Innisfree, I might be saying that wrong, Daily UV Defense SPF 36. This one's affordable, accessible. This is originally a Korean skincare brand, and it's packed with green tea and other antioxidants. The formula is dewy, not greasy. Let me show you on the back of my hand. By the way, put sunscreen on your hands, very important. This is perfect for dry or normal skin types. And you see how elegantly that blends in? This is gonna look amazing under makeup with no white cast, but still as protective as something that would have a white cast. This is great for no makeup days when you just want hydration and protection in one. This can substitute a daily moisturizer. It's that hydrating. So if you're new to daily sunscreen, this one is easy to fall in love with just because it's so easy to put under makeup and doesn't leave a white cast and makes your skin feel moisturized and hydrated. Step 5, your nighttime routine matters more than ever. Night is when your skin shifts into repair mode. Your cortisol drops, melatonin rises, and cell turnover really peaks. This is prime time to use retinoids, peptides, but be careful, and barrier repair creams. But over 40, it's also easier to overwhelm your skin. If you stack too many actives, probably what I did a few weeks ago, rotate intelligently, build that tolerance, don't rush, and pay attention to how your skin reacts, i.e., don't ignore a tiny bit of sting one day because that tiny bit of stinginess will turn into a whole lot of stinginess later. The key here is balance. I'm recommending the Luna Night Oil by Sunday Riley. This one is probably like my 10th bottle at this point. I love it. It's mostly comprised of retinol. It also has blue pansy in it. Everything in this is calming, but it also offers the cell turnover of a retinol. Now, the Good Genes Lactic Acid by Sunday Riley would also be a really good choice. I do want to caution you that if you are already using some kind of a retinol, be careful if you use these two together. For me, I couldn't take it. It was too much. It overwhelmed my skin. But this on its own without a retinol is a great choice. Now, the Bora Barrier Skin Repair Cream by Drunk Elephant is another good one. If you think your skin barrier has been slightly damaged, you definitely don't want to put it on when you have full-on damage, but this is kind of like a preventative, I would say, more than anything else. And this would be another example of an active that you can wear at night. And I like this one because it's gentler. It still contains copper peptides, the scary ingredient, and zinc, but not in the concentrations to where it's going to rip your skin off. And that's very, very important. It's also loaded with ceramides, fatty acids, and cholesterol, the 3 key lipids your skin needs to restore and help to strengthen its barrier. And you definitely don't need this every night, but on the nights you use it, you wake up with calmer and more resilient skin. So that's what I have for you guys. Make sure leave in the comments what you love using. We have so much to learn from each other. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Love you. Bye.
Bye.